Hello, this is Eric Merritt from Eric Merritt Sells AZ Real Estate, our YouTube channel, and from HomeSmart in Northeast Mesa. This is our third West Valley Cities market update video for July 2021. We're going to go over the data for each of these cities in the West Valley and see what's happened to the number of homes sold, average sales price, monthly sales, monthly supply inventory ratio, and then the highest and lowest that sold. And then the next part, we're going to go into the highs and lows for each of these cities and show you what they look like, what they sold for, and then their information. The third part, we're going to go into the types of homes and the price points in each of these types. So mobile homes from 150 to 300,000, condos from 150 to 300, condos and townhomes from 300 to 500,000, and then single family from 250,000, 350, 350 to 500. 500 to 750, 750 to a million, all the way up to $5 million and above. You will see how they're paid for by cash, conventional, VA, or FHA loan. And this is very important for first-time home buyers to understand and show you that less than 20% of all single families in the 350 to 500 and 250 to 350 are sold FHA. And out of those that are sold FHA, I would say 10% of those even have seller concessions. So it's very, very unlikely or not likely at all to get any kind of seller concession. So, and you need to get conventional. If you are a first-time home buyer, just get the house conventional first. If your interest rate is higher because you don't have a 700 credit score or above, so be it. Just get into a conventional loan first, or use the Home Ready program. There's a conventional program that I have with my preferred lender. So he has that. So you can talk with a qualified lender and know more about the programs out there that you can get a conventional loan. And there's certain programs where you can qualify, but it has income limits is the only thing. So there's a lot of information to go into for this video. We're going to go, the last part is going to be the synopsis comparing what's happened from October of 2020 all the way to this month today. How many were active, how many have closed last month and the month before. And then we're going to go into comparing the West Valley cities from a year ago. So June 2021 to June 2020, and you will see how high the appreciation rates are in some of these cities. So without further ado, if you're going to find this video very interesting and informative, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and share this video with your friends or anyone that you know that's thinking about moving out to the West Valley of Phoenix metro area, and you will be notified of future ones as well. And we will go ahead and get this video started. Thank you. Hello, and thank you for watching our West Valley Cities market update video for July 2021. The background that is behind me, I can't help it, but I can't seem to get away from the Estrella Mountain Ranch lake. I think it is probably one of the most beautiful places in the entire West Valley. So that's why I keep using different pictures of the lake in the neighborhood. So we're going to get started with the market update, the data information. First of all, Avondale had sold 15 more than in the previous month. 116 sold there, 105.2% of list price, very high. The inventory has gone up a little bit from 0.26 to 0.38. Highest sold was 545,000, lowest sold was 220,000. Average sales price was 351,190, and 44 were active on July 10th versus 26 or 27 in June 9th. Or June 8th, something like that. Buckeye, 286 homes were sold, 13 more than the previous month, 103.2% SPLP ratio, went from 0.33 to 0.56. That's why it's in the yellow arrow going up. Highest sold was 1,783,000, lowest was 195. Average sales price was 409,455. Laveen was only $1,000 less than that, and Sanchan Valley was $11,000 higher than that. 160 were active on July 10th, 2021. Glendale, 84 more homes sold in June versus May, 454, 103.3%. And actually, the market didn't do much change as far as the supply rate, 0.42 to 0.46 right now. So last month it was 0.42, so it's very little change there. That's why it's got an equal sign. Highest low was 1,475,000. Lowest was 35,000. Average sales price was 385, 280, 234. 209 were active on July 11th. Goodyear had 46 more homes sold, 251. So 205 sold in May and 251 sold in June. 102.9% of SPLP ratio went from 0.39 to 0.52. The highest that sold was 1,130,000. Lowest was 250,000. Average sales price right here at 469, 347. Goodyear is knocking on the door to 500,000 in average sales price. Pretty impressive. Actives were 131. July 10th, Peoria was 405 homes that sold versus, so 46 more homes sold in Peoria. 22 days on market. The sales price to list price ratio is 103% of list sales price to list price ratio. And the monthly supply of inventory was 0.56 versus 0.39 in June. Highest sold was 1,715,000. Lowest sold was $43,400. Average sales price was $483,871. At number active was 226 on July 11th. Surprise, 366 homes sold, only one more than in May, 103.7%. So you can see most of these West Valley cities are at 103 to 105% sales price to list price ratio. The highest that sold in Surprise was 1,300,000. Lowest was 75,000. Average sales price in Surprise was $400,070. 198 were active on July 11th. And then we're going to go to Tolleson, Whitman, and Waddell. 52 homes sold, five less than in May. 104.1% average sales or sales price to list price ratio. Month supply of inventory was 0.58 versus 0.25, so that's quite a jump there. Highest sold was 475,000. Lowest sold was 270,000. Average sales price was 367,824, and 30 homes were active on July 11th. Waddell had 33 homes that sold, four more than the previous month. In May, 102.8% of list price. Went from 0.38 to 0.70. Highest sold was 900,000. Lowest sold was 305,000. Average sales price in Waddell was 495.68. Whitman, 22 homes sold, four more than in May, 101.6%. Highest sold in Whitman, was 710,000. Lowest was 116,000. Average sales price was $440,400. There were 18 active on July 11th. So that concludes the data for the cities. Doing a commercial break here. We went to this Cortland Home RV garage in North Phoenix, and we're going to be taking a tour, or we did take a tour of it about a month and a half ago. So we're going inside the home, and you can see the neighborhood does have RV garage homes around it, all Cortland. So this is what the RV garage looks like in a Cortland Homes model. So it's a 49 feet, I just measured it, 49 by 14 sets in width for the RV garage part. And this is the tandem that you see here. And I have the very nice listing agent in the here that she's allowed me and gave me permission to do this. So I think that's very nice and cool of her. So this is what the RV garage looks like. It's very tall. I think it's 16 feet tall or even taller than that. But it's definitely 49 feet, and you have the half door in the back, which is a common feature in this floor plan. Now we're going to go into the highs and lows. I'm not going to go into each one of these because it's a little time consuming to do all these cities. Avondale, the highest sold was 545. 48 days at 125.3% of list price. That's huge. Lowest sold was 220,000, 6 days at 100.5%. Buckeye, this is the highest one that sold. Buckeye at 1,783,000 at 99%. Glendale, the highest sold was 1,475,000 at 100% of list price. Goodyear had something over a million, 1,130,000, 36 days, 116.7% of list price. That's very big. And then Surprise was highest sold there was 1,300,000. Tolleson, this is the highest it sold there, was 475. Waddell, the highest it sold there was 900,000, 119 days. And then this is the Howman Whitman. It sold for 710, 49 days on market at full list price. So if you want access to all of these pictures and the data, please copy this link into a separate window, and it will go onto a content page. And then when you click onto that, it'll go into this, what you see. And then when you click onto the link right here, onto the picture, all of the pictures will come up, the whole listing will come up on each of these. So I did test it myself, it does work. Now we're going to go into the types of transactions. So you're going to see these are the types of transactions: mobile homes, condos and townhomes, and single family homes. Mobile homes from 150,000 to 300,000. Average sales price was 215,770. Still sold for 100% sales price to list price ratio. For all intensive, I'm going to shorten it. When I say that, I'm going to say SP to LP ratio. That's fine. 182 sold and 108 between cash and conventional sold. Only 39 out of 182 sold FHA. So that's just over 20%. So you still have to get a conventional loan. If you're going to get a mobile home even, you have to get a conventional loan right now. Condos and townhomes from 150 to 300,000. Average sales price was 239,479. And this is all the Metro Phoenix area, not just the West Valley. At 101.8% SP to LP ratio, 688 sold and 457 were conventional, 188 were cash, 17 were at VA, and 52 were FHA. Condos and townhomes, 300,000 to 500,000 is 101.4% SP to LP ratio. 467 were sold, and 300 were sold conventional. 114 were sold cash. Now we're going to go to single family. This is a predominant category here. 250,000 to 350. 104.5% was the SP to LP ratio. This is the most highly competitive price category in all the Phoenix metro area. 2,246 of these homes were sold. So 971 were conventional, 652 were cash, and I think it was 111 were sold VA. 349 were FHA. Of the homes that were 350 to 500,000, there was 103.6% SP to LP ratio. 3,007 of these homes were sold. So 1,763 plus 713 is nearly 2,500 homes, or almost 2,500. So that divided by 3,007 is definitely over 80% were cash and conventional. So 127 were sold FHA. So that's not even 5%. So just keep that in mind. And then it goes up to single family, 500,000 to 750. I'll touch on that one. 102.3% is the SP to LP ratio. 1,573 closed and 1,347 were active on July 16th. So that gives you a 0.8 cents monthly supply absorption rate. 1,107 were sold conventional, 264 were sold cash, and 91 were sold on a VA loan. So it goes all the way up to 5 million and up. Actually, the 3 to 5 million was the lowest SP to LP ratio price category at 96.5%. 61 of these homes sold, 26 were cash, 21 were conventional. And then 5 million and up, 16 homes were sold, 2 were conventional, and 10 were cash. So it gives you an idea of what's happening there. Oh, this is our second commercial break. This home that you see in the picture is by Next Gen Home Builders, built in North Phoenix. This is the Mesquite model. It has a 20-foot length garage to that door that you see there. And then the RV garage is actually 49 feet by 18 and a half foot in width. So it's very generous garage. If you need this space, this is the one to get. Now here's our inventory that has gone up. So this is something new that I've incorporated in all these videos, all 7 of these market update videos that I'm doing. You can see that Avondale had a 69% increase in the number of actives from June to July, nearly exactly 30 days later. Buckeye went from 89 on June 8th to 160 on July 10th. Peoria went from 140 on June 9th to 226 on July 11th. So most of these cities that have these average sales prices from 350 to 600,000, this is where the most highest inventory increases are coming from. The luxury market like Carefree, Paradise Valley, and Scottsdale are not showing very huge percentage gains in active inventory. Actually, Carefree went down by 1 in the same time frame. Paradise Valley went up only 4 more units, 4 more active, and Scottsdale only had 68 more active the same time frame. And that's only 9.7%. So you can see, this is what I wanted to show you. If you are a seller, the time to sell is very soon, because as a buyer, since you're going to be a seller, you're going to be a buyer. If you stay in the Phoenix area or anywhere else for that matter, but if you stay in the Phoenix area, it's going to start to be a little bit easier to buy a home. You won't have quite so much competition. You won't have this insanity of paying 15, 20% over list price for something and waiving an appraisal contingency. You may still have to waive an appraisal contingency, but I don't think it's going to be quite as crazy as it was 2-3 months ago. So if we keep going at this rate, we will have a month's of supply of inventory in about 4 more months, is what I'm predicting. So now we're going to go into the last part. This is our synopsis of the Phoenix metro area. October 18th, 2020, we had 8828 active, and then we sold 10,027. And then we had a tsunami of buyers come in January. So I took our inventory down to 5385. We sold 10,022. And then in February, March, April, and May, we stayed below 5,000 active. Last month, June 14th, we went over 5,000 to 5,582. And then July 13th, we had 6,044 that were active. Today, we had around 6,700. So we'll see what happens after the weekend. This is Monday, July 19th, making this video. After the weekend, then you'll start to see the actives go back down when homes get under contract and pending after the weekend. So that's normal. 10,187 were sold last month. So the inventory rate is staying pretty much the same at 0.59 and 0.58. So for sellers, no worries there. You still have a very hot seller's market. The Cromford Market Report Index has shown demand lowering in all cities except for Cave Creek, went up by 2%. So if you can see, Goodyear only went down 3%. Avondale went down 28% in market demand. Surprise went down 20% in market demand. Peoria went down the same 20% in market demand. And Buckeye went down 18% in market demand on the Cromford report. Here's the West Valley cities comparison of number of homes that sold versus June of 2021 versus a month before, May 2021, and then June 2020 versus June 2021 versus June 2020. So you'll see that Buckeye had a 39.7% increase in appreciation, going from 293.34 last year to 409.455. That's very big. Goodyear was also very good, from 339.256 to 469.347. Surprise was 31.1%. Tullison was 38.1%. Whitman was 47.8%. 297.847 last year, June of 2020, to 440.400 June of 2021, last month. So those are very good increases in appreciation there. So you'll get to study this and take a look at it of the different cities here of what they've gone up. So if you find this video interesting and very informative, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and share this video with your friends or anyone that you know that wants to move into the Phoenix metro area. And for all buyers, that the chart that I showed you of the types of home and sales price to list price ratio and the type of payment that was used in these price categories will be mandatory at all buyer consultations. So that way you know exactly what to expect for the price range that you're trying to buy in and what type of loan you need to get in your price range to buy in. So thank you very much for watching, and please give me a call if you have any questions. Eric at 480-999-6061. Thank you very much for watching.